Have you ever wondered, why did Lord Krishna give the first great lesson of dialogue on the battlefield of Mahabharata? When everything was about to be destroyed, when the biggest war was about to take place, then Krishna explained the power of dialogue and understanding to Arjuna. He said, "The right use of speech can decide both victory and defeat." And to be honest, this is what happens in our daily life too. Be it a simple meeting, or talking to a stranger, or giving an important presentation, everywhere, the magic of our words becomes our strength, or sometimes even our biggest weakness. But a question arises, does everyone naturally know how to talk to people? Are all charismatic from birth? No, right? And understanding this challenge, Leil Lowndes dedicated his life to a single mission: to teach people how to become a master of any conversation. They observed, researched, and noticed the little things that make someone either super confident or fall prey to an awkward silence. In this book, How to Talk to Anyone, you will find 92 such tricks, little things that can change the whole game of your conversations. Whether it's casual chit-chat or a high-stakes business meeting, these techniques will make you a more effective, more comfortable, and most importantly, a more memorable communicator. So let's begin this journey, where talking is not just a play of words, but a skill to win hearts. Lesson 1. First impressions matter. So remember to smile and use welcoming body language. An episode from Mahabharata comes to mind, when Sri Krishna first goes to the court of Kauravas with the message of Pandavas. His face, calm and smiling, his eyes, the light of truth and kindness, and his body, completely turned towards the front, addressing everyone. That was the first impression, which made everyone feel, this person is different. He will be listened to. And friends, this story shows a simple but powerful truth. First impressions matter a lot. When we meet someone for the first time, a picture of us is formed in their mind, and that picture often remains forever. Now think, when the first sight decides everything, then how can we make our first impression perfect? The first mantra is, smile. But remember, it should not be a plastic, forced smile. A light, slowly growing, natural smile, just like you feel when you see someone close. Like that. Psychological research says, when a smile comes slowly, it seems more genuine, and people connect with you instantly. And yes, one more interesting thing, in the corporate world, especially for women, studies have shown that women who take some time to smile in a meeting are considered more credible. Do you understand? Smile. But in your own style, naturally, and just smiling will not do. Eye contact. This is also equally important. Eye contact is something that builds both respect and trust. It was seen in a psychological experiment. When people continuously talk while looking into each other's eyes, without being awkward, then the other person automatically considers them more trustworthy. So when you talk to someone, support them with your eyes, and look away only when needed, otherwise the magic of that connection may break. And now coming to body language. Remember one small thing, don't treat anyone as a stranger. Greet them as if you have met an old friend. Turn your body completely towards them. Give them your full attention. And yes, don't fidget. Waving hands repeatedly or touching the face. All these things make you look nervous and less credible. A scientific study proved that when someone keeps touching his face, then the other person feels that he is either lying or hiding something. Simple mantra, stay calm, hands steady, face clear. So, a smile, a connection with clear eyes, a warm body language, and your first impression will be created. One that people will never forget. Let's go. Now let's learn the next powerful technique. Lesson 2. Smooth introductions and familiar gestures lead to good conversations. A beautiful scene from Ramayana comes to mind, when Ram and Sugriv meet for the first time. Imagine a forest prince and a monkey king who was seeking help from his own people. If Hanuman ji had not intervened and introduced them, then perhaps that friendship would never have happened, and the story of Lanka Vijay would never have been written. Friends, what can be the effect of a simple introduction? What can be a bigger example than this? And this is what happens in our real life too. When we meet a new person, there is a little nervousness in the heart, right? Hey, what will we talk about? How will we start? But to be honest, a smooth introduction, or a little introduction, makes everything easy. The simplest way? If a friend or host is with you, ask them to introduce you, just like Hanuman ji did for Ram and Sugriv. A sensible and proud introduction. And, if there is no one in between, then be a little smart. Know some small things about that person, hobbies, profession or interests. Then open the door to a conversation with a casual question. And yes, sometimes bringing an interesting icebreaker works wonders, like an antique watch or a quirky accessory, something that catches the other person's attention, and they ask themselves, "Wow, where did you get this from?" And that's it. The conversation begins as if you have met old friends. If you are the host of a gathering, then it is even easier. Introduce people with one or two fun facts. Like, this is Rahul, a travel enthusiast. He has just returned from Leil Ladakh. That's it. Now the rest of the people have a direct question, and the conversations flow automatically. But not only the introduction, later your demeanor also matters. Have you ever noticed? Some people talk, and it seems like time has stopped right there, with boring and endless stories. You don't have to be like that. Listening is important. Match the other person's mood and energy. If they are smiling, using gestures, you too be a little expressive. And if the atmosphere is a little serious, then keep your tone light and composed. Research says, emotional mirroring builds both trust and connection quickly. And when you see a chance to enter the conversation, just move forward confidently and with a positive attitude. People will remember your energy more than your words. And remember, negativity, complaining, or making rude comments, run away from them beforehand. Because one wrong thing can spoil even a perfect start. So in the world of friendship and new relationships, a small smile, a thoughtful introduction, and a positive spirit, that's all it takes to start a story. That will last a lifetime. Lesson 3. Master the art of small talk by opening conversational doors and keeping people talking. A scene from Mahabharata comes to mind. The first deep conversation between Krishna and Arjuna. Think carefully. Krishna clears Arjuna's doubts. But how? He doesn't talk directly. First he calms Arjuna's mind with small talks, wins his trust, and then imparts the knowledge of Gita. This is the real magic of small talk. Friends, often we think, what is the benefit of small talk? It is a waste of time. But the truth is, whether it is business or personal life, a small talk, a light smile, can win the whole world. If you feel that your small talk is a little weak, it doesn't matter. You should prepare a little. Like when you meet new people, obvious questions come up. Where are you from? What do you do? Now think, if someone says Delhi and becomes silent or says, I am in marketing, and that's it. The conversation stops right there, right? That's why there is a smart way. Share something extra. Like say, I am from Delhi, but my real village is in Haryana, where a big fair is held every year. My childhood memories are made there. That's it. Now 1,000 doors of conversation have opened up. And one more important thing, learn to listen from the heart. Research says, people consider only those people as their best friends who listen to them carefully. And as soon as they stop, you pick up the last point of their talk and leave it back to them. Like if someone says, I am very fond of trekking. Then ask directly, wow, where all have you trekked till now? See, the conversation automatically moves forward. And the other person feels that you are the best conversationalist, even though you don't say much. Remember another winning hack? If you are in a group and you know that someone has an amazing story, then give them a smart introduction. For example, say, by the way, Ravi once did a trek in Ladakh, which was as adventurous as a movie. Ravi, will you tell everyone? Everyone's attention will be diverted there. The group will be entertained, and Ravi will always remember you, with gratitude. But always remember one thing. When meeting new people, There is a temptation to share your secrets or weaknesses. For example, if someone says, "I get very nervous in presentations." But stop yourself at this stage, because until the other person does not thoroughly admire you, your weakness can reduce their respect, and they may think, "What else are you hiding?" So remember, small things, a sweet smile, and listening from the heart. This is the image that opens the locks of new relationships, just like Krishna won Arjuna's heart. In the same way, you too can win your world with a conversation. Lesson 4. Build rapport through imitating, empathizing, and acting like a close friend. Think of a scene from the Mahabharata, when Krishna and Arjuna meet at Draupadi Swayamvara. Arjuna is disguised as a Brahmin, but Krishna immediately understands, and with his body language, with his words, he supports Arjuna. Their rapport, their mutual understanding, was the real key to their victory. Friends, this is a simple, powerful secret. If you want to connect with someone from the heart, be like them, understand their emotions, and project yourself as a close friend. Psychology says we are naturally attracted to people who are like us, or who make us feel like us. So when you meet a new person, pay attention. How are they walking? Easy, balanced, or a little restless and fast? Subtly mirror their body language. Not so much that it looks fake, nor so little that they don't even notice. And not just the body, their speech too. For example, if someone says, "I work in an ad agency," then you too use the word agency, not company or office. This will make them feel that you understand their world, and an invisible bonding will automatically be created. And when it comes to listening, we all have a habit of reacting in ha, aha, yes, such voices. But if you want to make a real connection, then use full sentences. For example, if someone says, "It was very difficult for me to take this decision," then give a straight answer, "I can understand. Such moments are very tough." See, as soon as you show empathy, the other person's heart opens up. And another master trick, use words like "we" and "ours" in your speech. How will this mayor's decision affect us? Both of us must go to this event. As soon as you use the magic of "we" and "us," the other person feels, "I'm not alone. He's my own person." That's it. Strangers become friends, and friendship or relationship reaches a new level, and a small final magic touch create inside jokes, like a small laugh, a funny moment, and then remind him in the future, "Yeah, by the way, do you remember that pizza incident?" And that's it. A small shared memory will create a deep relationship. So remember, just like Krishna won Arjuna's heart with his understanding, in the same way you can also win the hearts of your friends and new relationships. Just imitate a little, empathize a little, and bring a little closeness. Lesson 5. Be delicate, sparing, and immediate with your praise. Remember a scene from Ramayana, when Sri Ram sends Hanumanji to Lanka to find Sita Ma. And when Hanuman returns after completing his work, Sri Ram respects him wholeheartedly, but in a very polite and sensitive way. That is a great lesson, friends. It is important to compliment, but the method and timing makes it 100 times more powerful. Psychology says, if the compliment comes too obvious, or seems fake, then the other person starts doubting, is he really praising me? Or is he just sweetening his mouth? So learn to give hidden compliments, like conveying your praise through a third person, like telling a mutual friend, "By the way, did you hear? Ravi thought your presentation was amazing." This way, both the people, the one who received the compliment and the one who conveyed the compliment, both become happy. And when you want to give a direct compliment, be light and casual. While having a normal conversation, casually say, "By the way, you are looking very good today. I am getting a lot of positive vibes." Or ask for someone's suggestion, like, "Yeah, you have a great sense of taste. Can you recommend a good restaurant?" See, and one more thing, compliment when the moment is fresh, immediately after the presentation, or when a small achievement is made. Say then, "You did a great job." Research says that immediate feedback creates a more emotional impact, and the person in front feels that their effort was truly noticed. And when you have to compliment someone special, Do not give generic compliments like you are good. Highlight a particular quality, like, I like your courage the most, or your patience is really inspiring. Just remember, praise is also an art. Just like Sri Ram respected Hanuman, not just with words but with his love and humility. We can also bring in the magic of truth, sensitivity, and right timing in our praise. Lesson 6. Always be considerate in your relationships, especially when it comes to giving and receiving favors. Remember a scene from Mahabharata, when Draupadi asks for help from everyone during her disrobing, and when everyone remains silent. Only Sri Krishna saves her honor without asking for anything, without any conditions. That is the real lesson. The real winners in relationships are those who consider without any expectations. Friends, when we interact with humans, small things make a big difference. The first lesson: sometimes people just want to lighten their mind. After a rough day, they have to share some complaints. Be patient at that time. Listen to them. Be sensitive. Like when Arjuna shared his confusion with Krishna in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Krishna first listened, understood, and then imparted his wisdom. He did not immediately start imposing his viewpoint. Similarly, when your friend is telling his story, and in between the waiter comes and takes the order, then don't forget to ask him to continue the same story later. It shows you truly care. And yes, there are some things which are wisest to ignore, like if there is an awkward situation while meeting someone, get it, some embarrassing smell or some awkward moment. Don't say anything about it. Don't react. This is also the mark of a great person. Lastly, the most important, the real art of favors. Favors are given without conditions, like Sri Krishna did for the Pandavas, without asking for anything, without creating any debt. When you help someone, don't ask for anything in return immediately. Over time, if needed, then raise the issue with love. And remember, there is an invisible ledger in every relationship. People remember who supported them and who did not. So those who hold your hand again and again, be sure to thank them from your heart, because gratitude creates the deepest and most beautiful relationship. Lesson 7. Sounding professional is crucial for career success. You must have heard the name of Vidur in Mahabharata. Vidur, whose suggestions were always direct, clear and timely. His style was professional. That is why even arrogant people like Duryodhan used to respect him from within. Even in today's times, if you want to progress in your career, the biggest mantra is to sound professional, always. The first rule, when talking to the boss or any important person, come straight to the point. Don't talk in a roundabout way, because they have less time and even less patience. And when you have to talk, start the sentence with, you might like this idea, or you will love this project. Psychological research also says, when we start talking with you, the other person subconsciously becomes more attentive. And when you have to give news, then think, what will be the reaction of the other person if it is a happy news? Then deliver it with a small smile. And if it is bad news, then take a small compassionate sigh. When meeting a client, don't end the conversation by just telling your designation. Say, I organize people's finances and find new ways to save their money. Or, I choose hairstyles that best complement their face and personality. Friends, remember, some mistakes while talking can make you an amateur. First of all, if you find a common connection with someone, like same college or same hometown, then there is no need to immediately shout, oh wow, me too. Be professional. Respond coolly. Let the bond build naturally. Second big mistake, avoid cliché lines, like, at the end of the day, or think outside the box. It sounds boring. And third, don't ask people, what do you do? Instead, ask casually, where do you spend most of your time? because everyone likes to talk openly about their passion, not their job. And most important, professional people don't make fun of anyone, nor do they embarrass anyone through jokes. Just like Krishna always put his point across with dignity and respect in Mahabharata. That is a living example of real professional communication. So remember, sounding professional is not just a game of words, it is a complete art, which brings you respect and success too. Lesson 8. Stay in charge by separating business and leisure, and by always being honest. Have you heard the name of Vidur in Mahabharata? Vidur, whose suggestions were always direct, clear, and according to time. His style was professional. That is why even arrogant people like Duryodhan used to respect him from within, even in today's times. If you want to progress in your career, the biggest mantra is to sound professional. Always. The first rule, when talking to the boss or any important person, come straight to the point. Don't talk in a roundabout way, because they have less time and even less patience. And when you have to talk, start the sentence with you. Like, you might like this idea, or you will love this project. Psychological research also says, when we start talking with you, the other person subconsciously becomes more attentive, and when you have to give news, then think, what will be the reaction of the other person? If it is a happy news, then deliver it with a small smile. And if it is bad news, then deliver it with a small smile. And if it is bad news, then take a small compassionate sigh. When meeting a client, don't end the conversation by just telling your designation. Say, I organize people's finances and find new ways to save their money. Or, I choose hairstyles that best complement their face and personality. Friends, remember, some mistakes while talking to make you an amateur. First of all, if you find a common connection with someone, like same college or same hometown, then there is no need to immediately shout, oh wow, me too. Be professional. Respond coolly. Let the bond build naturally. Second big mistake, avoid cliché lines like, at the end of the day, or think outside the box. It sounds boring. And third, don't ask people, what do you do? Instead, ask casually, where do you spend most of your time? Because everyone likes to talk openly about their passion, not their job. And most important, professional people don't make fun of anyone, nor do they embarrass anyone through jokes. Just like Krishna always put his point across with dignity and respect in Mahabharata. That is a living example of real professional communication. So remember, sounding professional is not just a game of words, it is a complete art, which brings you respect and success too. Lesson 9. Preparing for meetings pays off. Have you heard that episode of Mahabharata, when Krishna gave Arjuna the knowledge of Gita before the war? The power of that knowledge, Arjuna was filled with a different kind of confidence. Why? Because Krishna had already prepared for that meeting. Similarly, if you're going to a meeting, be it business or personal, preparation can become your secret weapon. The simple message of Lesson 9 is, preparation pays off. If you want your next meeting to be a hit, then you just have to remember a few small things. First of all, to make your speech impactful, enlarge your treasure of words. Psychology research says, people consider those people more intelligent and creative, whose vocabulary is deep and rich. So why not learn a new word every day? You can become a great wordsmith in just 2 months. And another small tip, remember good quotes or sayings, because when a right quote is used at the right time, it has a deep impact on the other person. Like this quote from Bhagavad Gita, Karmani Wadi Karaste, Maphaleshu Kadakana. These are not just words, it is guidance for a whole life. And when you are going to meet a new person, whether at a trade conference or doing business in a new city, do some research. For example, you are going to buy a car. If you have basic knowledge of industry terms like horsepower, torque, fuel efficiency, and when you travel to a new country, learn a little about their culture and gestures. Once a businessman was going to close a deal in Brazil, and in casual style, he showed the OK hand gesture. but there it has a different and offensive meaning. Result: the deal was almost broken. Small mistakes can ruin big opportunities, so next time when you leave for an important meeting, travel or deal, just like Krishna, keep your strategy and preparation ready, because when you are ready, the world cannot stop you. Lesson 10. Effective phone skills can make up for a lack of visual cues. You must have heard in Ramayana, when Lord Ram and Hanuman were having a conversation, and both of them had no visual cues, nor could they use body language. Then they were talking with pure heart, understanding each other, just with their words. Similarly, today we also talk on the phone without any visual cues. But if you want to put your point across in the best way in this phone call, then there are some important tips that you should follow. The biggest tip of blink number 10 is effective phone skills. If you want to put your point across on the phone in a clear and professional way, then first give a crisp and confident greeting. When someone picks up the phone, show warmth in your tone, as if you're talking to an old friend. This will make the other person feel comfortable, and the vibe of the conversation will change. But remember this: your body language, facial expressions, nothing is visible to the other person on the phone. So, convert everything into words. For example, when you are listening to someone, just say, "Aha, I really like this," or "Please continue, I am listening." This small gesture shows your engagement, and the other person will understand that you are paying full attention. And everyone must have noticed this. When you mention someone's name, people listen to them more attentively. Ravi, that was a very good point. On hearing the name, their attention and interest increases. But keep this in mind. Do not mention the name too often when talking face to face. It seems like you are trying to hide something from them. If you are talking about business on the phone, then it is always important to ask, "Do you have time to talk right now?" This simple gesture shows your respect, and it shows that you value their time. And when someone's assistant is holding you back, this gives the impression that you are a close friend, and you already be given priority. And if you are rejecting someone, make it easy on them. Your assistant can tell them you'll be transferred immediately. Then when they are put on hold, the assistant can apologize and tell them they are unavailable right now. If you incorporate these tips into your phone conversations, you'll get appreciation in every call. Lesson 11. Get the most out of every party by making a strong entrance and taking the initiative. You have seen in Mahabharata, right? When Arjuna comes on his chariot in front of the other warriors on the battlefield, his mere presence automatically attracts everyone. He attracts everyone, not just with his strength, but also with his personality. Similarly, when you go to a party, your entrance is everything. The secret of blink number 11 is this: get the most out of every party by making a strong entrance and taking the initiative. Most people go to parties just to enjoy themselves, and that is absolutely fine. But you can be a little ambitious. You have to make every party an opportunity for yourself, where you can meet new people and impress everyone with your presence. Have you seen the stage presence of pop stars? They come on the stage in such a way that the whole hall looks at them. You can do this too. You just need a little preparation and a technique of a strong entry. When you enter a party, stop near the door and look around the room. Take your time. Scan everyone. Until you feel ready, enter with a nice smile on your face. This simple trick will make your entrance dramatic, and everyone will notice you. Now, when you are inside, show initiative. Go up to the most interesting person and start talking to them. If you stand around and wait for someone, you will be a wallflower all night. And if you get undivided attention from someone, use everything you have learned before. A bonus tip is, be careful with your hands. Never use your hands as if you are threatening. For example, showing your knuckles or back of hand. Such gestures should be avoided. Also, keep your hands open, palms outward, so that your body language is welcoming. This simple thing will make the other person feel comfortable. And yes, when someone is talking to you, listen to their words carefully. You may find some personal detail. In their words, something that is important to them. When you mention the same things the next day, you will be able to impress them. These small things will make you a standout in every party. So next time when you are in a party, remember, your entry and your initiative is what makes you different from everyone else. Final summary. You must have seen in Mahabharata, when Lord Krishna was imparting knowledge to Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita, he told him to change his thoughts and his thinking. That it is very important to give the right direction to your thinking. And similarly, if you understand your communication skills a little bit, then you can present your point in a better way and can also improve your relationships. So main message of this book is, if you understand human nature, then you can improve your communication, improve your relationships. Everyone should know how important it is to make a good impression in the first meeting. Your body language should be positive and friendly. You should know how to give good praise to people. And always go to meetings with valuable information. By learning all this, you will get more confidence and comfort in your conversations. And naturally, you will make more friends and will quickly start climbing the ladder of success. And there is an actionable tip that you can apply in your life today. Visualize good habits. When you are going to a meeting, think about it in your mind beforehand. See yourself smiling, talking while looking into each other's eyes, and showing positive body language. This visualization becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, and your meeting becomes good automatically.